life without the internet. Like, if the internet never arrived, how would things be?
We're going to talk about it. Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Hello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up. I'm also sick, so that's why I sound like
my poor baby.
A 90-year-old grandma who smoked a pack a day. It's fine. It's just a scratchy throat.
A little raspy.
We're fine. I'll try to keep the coughing to a minimum.
As long as you feel good enough to keep going.
I feel great. That's the weird thing. I woke up with a scratchy throat and like
dry,
fucking laryngitis.
Furnace running, dry air.
The first time I spoke words out was to my goats, and I was like, like nothing really came out. It was kind of funny. Oh. Anyway,
first of all, if there were no internet, you guys would not have this podcast. So.
No, we're okay. We had this genius idea. This is life without internet. Meaning, it doesn't mean the internet was taken from us. Like one day we wake up, boop, she's gone. No. It never evolved.
Yeah.
It never turned into anything. There was never the thought of the internet being invented. Computers were not a thing. Like, obviously the computers at the stores and all that stuff. Cool to type and all that. Awesome. Yeah. Like, but we never got home computers. Yeah. Internet was not available for anybody on the planet ever.
Yeah, like no personal use internet.
So like
no
in the
home
90s into the early 2000s when the internet became huge, it never happened.
Like that never happened.
So how would life be today, 20 some years later, 20 fucking 5, 30, 1,000, what it feels like years later? What would it be like? Like honestly, like nobody thinks about this kind of stuff. So we're going to kind of talk about it because it's a little different.
Yeah.
I wish if I could go back in time, internet man.
Sometimes I really do think, like, I mean, if we didn't have all of this.
Obviously, there's good with the internet too, yes. But I think it would be so much better.
But all the convenience it brings also takes away from so much in life.
Okay, so we're going to start with, like, simple media. Watching TV. You have a cable box, a cable, and if you miss the Grammys, you don't get to see it again. Yeah. It doesn't come back on.
Like we could without internet we could still record. So we could record on
put a VHS tape in there and record it. But like say you're supposed to be home at 6:00 to watch the nightly news and you miss it, you have no idea what happened. Yeah. There's no rewatching it. There's no going back. But it's like
you might get a replay at a different time or catch it
for like your daily life, knowing that at 6 p.m. it's time to sit down and watch the news. Yeah. It's part of a calmer daily routine.
More structured, more controlled. Exactly. You know what to expect, but also, even though you know what to expect and there's not like the chaos of the constant flow of information, there's also good anticipation. Yeah. There's constantly feeling excited about things, feeling suspense and anticipation.
Not only that, but last night on the news, they were talking about Harold the puppy who saved the boy in the well. Let's see how he is today. Like, you have to wait that whole day just to see that 3-minute segment that brought you so much joy.
We bring back patience. We've got patience. We've got excitement over things. We've got learning how our dopamine levels start balancing out because we are used to waiting to find something out. We don't have this constant in our face.
The patience. In order to get that song that you want to hear, you have to sit in front of that radio. Yes. And you have to wait for it to come on the radio. And you have to hit record on your little recorder so you have it on a tape or whatever you're recording on. Because, I mean, I guess you could have CDs still. That's
and maybe music evolved a little to where we could record on CDs or we could record on this or that. But we don't have the internet to stream it any second we want. So we don't have hundreds and hundreds of songs on our little phone.
Just the thrill of sitting and waiting for that song to play. Like... Yes. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, this is miserable. Like, but no, seriously. Like,
it brought that anticipation, that excitement. It's like the mystery of life. It's kind of gone now. Yeah. Literally. Because everything is there. Everything is
available
there.
At all
everything, all the time. Everything all at once. And that is a big problem with, yes, ADHD has always been a thing. But now, like, everyone has a short attention span. No one can wait for things. Everyone's dopamine levels are a mess. We're all stressed and overwhelmed and overstimulated and
the one thing that's doing it, nobody will put down.
Right. Because, it makes life easier. It gives us more options. Yes, in a sense it does, as far as jobs, online jobs, remote jobs, like ordering things online. Okay, I could go. I'm getting out of hand here. There's so many things. Okay. So take jobs, for instance. There are so many in-person jobs that have been lost now to the internet. So many things that can be done online or remotely. Okay, great. They're still working from home. They're still making money. But like our shopping malls and things like that, things are just like looking so bare. And so like I've noticed just in our small town, our little like shopping mall area is starting to look so sad. And we don't need all that because people are online shopping. They're ordering off Amazon. They're doing their groceries.
So like today, if we never had the internet, we would still have those brick and mortar shops. Yeah. You would have to go to your local boutique to get that cute shirt you want to get for your daughter's birthday. Yeah. Or you would have to go to the bakery to get that cake you wanted. Yeah. Or cupcakes or whatever you wanted. Like small businesses thrived more. But it was less people with small businesses. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, because now I've got fucking 3 small businesses at this point. Right. But I'm just saying, it was the convenience of, if you wanted it, you could get it. You just had to get in your car and drive to the place to get it.
So like, then, there was no social anxiety was so much less, though, because we were used to being out and doing things. We weren't holed up in our house so much. Yes. And especially, so I think of little things like, okay, I have one kid that loves to make bracelets and do crafts and things like that. Now, if we run out of beads or we run out of string, we just throw it on our next Amazon order or whatever. But then
you would have to go to your local craft store. Yeah. Whether it be Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Cool. We can still have stores. Yeah. You have to go buy all the beads, which means for us, we would have to go out of town. Yeah. But still.
But I feel like we'd have more options in person because there would be more of a demand.
And it would get your family out of town for the day to go get those beads that your daughter wants
more experiences,
to explore and
more
all
together
of that.
time, more connection.
Yeah. You said with work, so emails don't exist. We don't have email. So you would have to write a letter.
Yes, I miss letters.
Or fax. Or call you would have to call Larry down in receiving.
Right. And if he's busy, you leave a message on the answering machine.
They had little carriers that would walk the paperwork from floor 3 to floor 6. Yeah. And that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, completely. Your marketing for your businesses and everything depend on the radio. Yeah. They depend on
the newspaper.
Printed ads. And if you could get your business on a television, you were making it. Right. Like if your small business came across the TV.
Or if the local Burger Shack hangs up your business card on their cork board. I know that still happens sometimes. But that kind of stuff where you're like, oh, look, I got this. My name's on that.
And then you go and take pictures of the billboards. And it's... It's so much better.
Or like they put it in the newspaper. That's so exciting. Yeah. Now it's like who even gets a newspaper anymore?
I'm pretty sure newspapers are going to be gone in the next 5 years.
There's already so many
small
things that are
just completely gone. Yeah. Okay, so like social aspects. Yeah. Who you physically fucking know is who you know. Yeah. Like, okay, so you might go to camp one summer and meet that girl or boy that you send letters to across the country for the year or two.
For a while, yeah.
But you don't know anybody that's not a physical human being. Yeah. There's no online friendships. Like, so you make these long distance friendships and then you might go visit that person, which is even cooler because you go to a different state, a different town, a different even country, whatever you are doing.
There are actual in-person connections, though. So there's
all of them, not just like one or two. Yeah. Because everyone would be like, well, I have in-person. No, you don't. Yeah. Not like what we're talking about if the internet didn't exist.
Like the majority, most people nowadays, most communication is done online, rather through social media or...
Oh, more than most. All.
Like, yes, people do still do things in person, but a lot of people do a lot of communicating online. A lot of online friends, a lot of online interactions with your Facebook comments and your Facebook messages and your Instagram and your Snapchat, whatever. But... are you going to actually sit in person with these people and spend time with them like we used to? Like, I remember on the weekends, and this is even internet, so late 90s-ish when we started getting in our house, whatever. It wasn't huge. It wasn't enough to take over our lives. We still went to grandma's every weekend. We still went to aunt and uncles.
That's another thing I have. Yeah. You still go visit your family.
And there seemed to be more time to do those things back then. And maybe that is because we have such an overflow of things all the time demanding our attention. Like, yes, we watched TV, and yes, we listened to the radio for hours while we drew or whatever we did when we were young, or, like, played with but we had sleepovers, and we had cookouts with family, and we did things. Like, we still do things, but you know what? It seemed like there was more time.
But there is more time because you're not constant with a phone in your face. Every time you put your phone in your face, you've literally... got to think about how much time that takes away. Yes. Even if you just pick your phone up to read the email, you just lost 20 minutes going through your emails. Yep. Or you just lost an extra 10 minutes because you fucking scrolled onto Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or whatever you use, Snapchat. You waste so much time on your fucking device. That is the problem.
It truly sucks the time from
whatever it is.
And we're not present and mindful. So we're not truly aware of it. So like back then, if we could fit in 2 family visits in a day or go out to eat and do all, and then, okay. And I noticed that like on the weekends, like say a kid has a sports tournament or we have to go out of town for something or we go out to visit family on those weekends, the weekends go by slower. It feels like there's more time because we're not on our devices all the time. Yeah.
It's like it doesn't take a lot to take that attention from 1 minute to 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. You can lose it so fast.
So fucking fast. Okay, the family thing. Like you go out of town to visit grandma, which once again, you're traveling together as a family to visit grandma, and then grandma takes you out to eat, and it's wholesome. I don't, like, we still do one thing with one of my grandparents, and that's it.
Yeah,
like
mine are all gone now, but back
I have
when
all my grandparents.
That's awesome.
Like, not my great grandparents, no, but like I still have all of the grandparents I grew up with somehow. Yeah. But I don't go see. Like, I help my one by cleaning her house. My grandpa, I don't see him.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I did. We were over there every other weekend, and he would grill, and you know what I mean. But my kids barely know him.
Yeah.
Like,
because things are just not.
But he is also a busy man too, so it's. I mean, that's both sides. But still, it's just. The wholesome of family was more meaningful, I feel like.
And I know I'm just as guilty. I'm not saying this about other people.
Oh, yeah.
I feel guilty all the time because I don't see people the way I used to. When my kids were younger, even before, now, like, my oldest was little, I didn't even have a smartphone yet. I still had a QWERTY keyboard, whatever. Like, this was 18 years ago, whatever.
What keyboard?
QWERTY keyboard, where like the little slide out. So we had the internet, but we were mostly on our computer. We weren't on our phones all the time or on tablets too much yet. So even then, we did play dates, we did park dates, which, yes, people still do those, but it was like every day we had something fun to do. And I don't remember I've always been an anxious person, but I don't remember having the social anxiety that I have now. Because we were used to being out every day and doing things. We were used to interacting with the public and being out. And now, I don't know. It's just, everything is so much. And then you get into like, not just the comparison thing. When you're online, you're comparing your life to everyone else's. We are aware of everyone's highlights. We see everyone's highlights. So we're comparing our life constantly. So that depression is like...
Well, not only that, but... You just said you see everybody's everything online. So, like, we're not big online. We don't post our lives on Facebook. But say we did. Say you posted everything. I posted everything. When I run into you, all I have to say is hi.
Right. There's nothing to talk about.
Because I know everything about you to the fucking T. Exactly. And there's nothing to fucking talk about anymore.
I saw your post about blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's it. Because we've already talked about it. There's no suspense.
Everything about everybody.
Yeah, there's no mystery.
At all times.
No mystery at all. So there's no way to connect.
So we need to switch this back to without the internet. You would be able to stand there in the parking lot at the grocery store and have a 2-hour conversation with somebody that you haven't seen in a week or two, and you would catch up.
Yeah,
or, hey, let's go get dinner. And then you guys go, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no catching up anymore.
No, there's no such thing. We know everything.
Luckily for us, we still can. And some people still can.
But we are special.
But people who post constantly every day and their whole life is on display, there's not much to catch up about. And I've noticed anyway, and I'm an anxious person, so I'm not judging. A lot of those people who share constantly are so quiet and like standoffish in person.
They're like the Chihuahuas.
Yeah, and it's because they can't make in-life connections because it's, but it comes back to,
oh my God, my brain.
Okay, so the confidence thing with the starting to hate your life because you're comparing it to everybody's best. We didn't have that back then. Okay, we would go to so-and-so's house and, we really like the way it looks. Okay, that'll encourage us to clean our house up or whatever. But now we're seeing everyone's nice, fancy stuff, and we're only seeing their good stuff. So we're like, I hate my fucking house. I hate my life. I hate... people start feeling down about...
But now, too, another thing we have lost during this internet era is that we feel down about it. So instead of getting up and doing something, we sulk and become depressed.
Yes, exactly.
A long time ago, I would go to your house and be like, oh my God, it was so clean. It gives me inspiration to clean my home.
Yeah.
Now we see all these people with clean homes all over the TikTok, the Facebook. Oh my God, look at my vacuum marks on the carpet.
Yeah.
And we get sad.
Yeah.
Instead of literally doing
because in our minds, we're
tasks.
not thinking like their house had to be messy at one point. This is just the best point they're showing. It's not, they live in it too.
See that.
Like, and then for the younger generation, especially the fact that like, women can, not just women, everybody seeing everyone in their best light with their filters and with their fake this and that. They don't even look like themselves in person. Like,
Yeah.
What you see in person is not usually what you see on a profile picture or whatever.
Yeah.
So these girls and these young women are comparing what they see on the internet. And then it's that constant need for validation, that constant need for approval. Like, oh, I look at today, I'm going to post a picture. And if they don't get the comments or the feedback they start spiraling. And like, we didn't have that back then. Like, yes, I remember feeling insecure at times as a young girl. But like, I don't remember feeling that pressure.
I feel like the insecurity... You were supposed to feel insecure at times.
Yeah.
It like made you feel like later on you realize, oh, I was insecure, but I made that better by doing this and that. Now, once again, we feel insecure and we become depressed.
Yeah.
We
scroll more and we
Exactly.
dive deeper into more and more, and then it just makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So our minds are not created
I feel like
for this.
no internet, say it's 2025, no internet. Which this is probably a fact that Dr. Ash is pulling out of her ass. The majority of the human race would be more. Yes. Like we would be more humanly, more kind,
yes,
more humane.
I agree.
We would catch up more with people. We would want to see that person. We would not talk so much shit because we wouldn't know what Sally did with Johnny.
Right, and
3 months
that's
ago.
Another thing. All the keyboard warriors, the people who come out of their hidey holes to just.
Maybe they would become a better person. You know what I mean? Like,
or they could talk their opinions out in person and debate and okay, but then they're not constantly in a feud with someone all the time.
Yes. Which then just fuels their fire, and then they see something else, and then they're in a feud again, and then again, and then again.
Yes.
Like,
the hatred.
Go touch some fucking grass, Linda. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
The internet definitely is like a breeding ground for just hatred and just negativity.
But, I mean, you can go the opposite. I've seen beautiful things on the internet, too. But we're talking about no internet. Remember, so no internet.
Right. If it were not a factor at all, I feel like connections would be better. Things would be talked out in person. We would not have so much comparison. We would not have so much self-hatred or hatred towards others. Yes, it's still there. History shows and history repeats itself.
There's always going to be a hatey person.
Right. Human nature to have emotions.
100%.
But I feel like it would be so much less. Like I feel like anxiety and depression would be better. ADHD would be better. Yes, the people who are prone to it would still struggle. But with the structure and less like stimuli, we would probably do better. I did not struggle with looking back, I've always had ADHD. I know that.
Right.
In school, I struggled with little things. But I did not struggle enough to need medication until I was in my 20s. And that was the rise of the smartphones. That was the rise of devices and tech things getting really big and us always having phones in our hand. And I look back and I'm like, a lot of that was probably technology fueling my ADHD, making it worse. So the things I struggled with before, I could get through. But I didn't ever take medication until I got in my 20s.
Okay, so another thing, like I just loaded for like a whole second. Okay, medication in your 20s. Yeah, my ADHD did not... I've known I've had it probably my entire life. Like as a child, I was the one always talking in class, and I always got the notes sent home, and always had to sit after school because she wouldn't stop talking, and
can't sit
she
still,
wouldn't stop
can't
getting out
follow
of her seat, all of that shit. But like once I always had friends who were like, you have ADHD as a kid, right? Well, when I was in high school, this one dude, he was actually a friend's boyfriend. He's like, because he had it. He was diagnosed with it. He's like, you have ADHD. You know that, right? Like, I'm your doctor now. And I'm like, okay, I know, but I'm not. I didn't start, like you said, struggling with it until I was older. And it was like something hit me in the face. Oh my God, I have ADHD. But instead of, if we wouldn't have had internet, I could have just like dealt with it and like learned whatever. But since I had a phone in front of my face now, I feel like my ADHD from even 5-6 years ago from today is a million times worse.
Yeah.
It is so much worse.
Yep.
Like I think my phone has made it worse.
Yeah.
Like 100%, the constant of everything.
Yeah.
But back then it really, like, it was like, okay, you have it. You started noticing the things you do that have it.
But again, life was more... with ADHD, you need structure. You need routine. You need things in person to keep your hands busy. Yeah. And when you're on digital devices all the time, you don't have all of that. And of course, our brains want to disappear into the tech of the escape, especially when you got a busy mind.
They crave it.
Yeah, it's just it's a vicious circle of...
I wish I could find something that gave me the same feeling as scrolling on that phone. That's not a phone that...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that I can stop. Because I've got this shit on my phone to where I can put it to where it does nothing but accepts phone calls and text messages. Yeah. I do it all the time. But I always go around that bitch.
Because we know that it's there.
I know.
Like, if we were never
aware
of it...
Maybe I should just get a flip phone. I've thought about it, for real.
I've thought about it too. Like,
just an old school grandpa.
If I need to get on the computer, okay, I'll go sit down.
Exactly,
at my computer.
I have a computer.
But looking back, like, I was so much more active. I did so much more outside of the
active
house.
As fuck,
like,
so I can't.
Like, I mean, as far as like going out and doing, money is a whole different thing. Things didn't cost, even 10, 15 years ago when the kids were small.
No, we're not talking about cost.
Things didn't cost that way. But now, if you want something, you order it online. If you
honestly, okay, here's this. If we didn't have internet today, I don't think things would cost as much.
Exactly.
Period.
That's kind of where I was going with it.
Yes, cost is going to rise over time from the 80s, 90s into now. That was a CD at one time. That's pretty good. Cost is going to go up. Totally understandable. But like, if you take a Snickers bar from 1995, it was probably 96 cents, maybe less. And today that same Snickers bars is like $3.49.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been that big of a jump.
Yeah.
It would have maybe been $1.50 by now.
Right.
Like everything, because of the internet. And I think it's at sometimes, and I could be totally wrong about this, I feel like we almost compete.
Yes.
Oh my God, the prices in Texas are this high. Okay, we're going to move them up this high in Missouri. Okay, in this state, you're that low.
And
we're going to try
you can find out super fast now how to compare.
With a Google thing. I can literally Google right now, what is the gallon of milk in Hawaii? And it's going to tell me. Like, I feel like we compete with other states sometimes too. And that gets political, I know, with governors and all of that stuff.
It's exposure. So much exposure. Exactly. It causes humans were not designed to be this exposed.
We weren't designed to know this much.
Yeah. It's
and
like
that's why half the world is a fucking chihuahua sitting there shaking in the corner because we don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because looking back, we were exposed to a lot of people and a lot of hands-on things. We did a lot. We kept ourselves bitty. We kept ourselves busy. Okay. Boredom hits. Okay, you find something to do. And yes, you may watch a couple TV shows, but you're not going to binge a whole season in a night unless you have the tapes or the DVDs or whatever.
No, because you wouldn't. You would watch
you would wait for your show to come
on Thursday night.
Or if you've recorded it, you may watch a couple in a row, but it may take a couple hours out of your day, not an entire day. And I'm just as guilty. I will sit and binge shows too. Last night I stayed up till 2 a.m. watching. I wouldn't have done that back then. I would have probably actually gone to bed by midnight, or
the stimulation's
maybe I would have read, or I did used to read. I don't read like I used to read. Like I used to sit and read books forever and like lose myself in my books. And it's been months since I've picked up a book, and it's just because everything is right there at our fingertips. And you get back to travel. We would have to use maps.
Travel.
It would be. Trips would be exciting.
Listen, MapQuest sucks. So remember MapQuest? You get so lost.
We wouldn't have that though. We would have old school maps. We'd have to stop at the local gas station and ask, "Hey, how do I get to where? Oh, you can just go up here past the tracks and take a little left." Okay, we don't do that anymore.
That was perfect.
If we get lost and our GPS can't redirect us, we panic, or we I don't know. What do we do? Like, it's been a while since I've had to deal with that, but...
What do you mean? Like, if we're lost in a town?
And GPS doesn't work.
You just drive around until you figure it out.
Or that's what I would do.
Somebody, hey, buddy, where's the local Walmart?
But it doesn't happen very often anymore.
No, if somebody came up to me and said, where's your Walmart? I'm going to run. Because what do you mean, where's my Walmart?
Yeah.
You're trying to kill me.
I remember
You know what I mean? Like, think about that, too. That's another aspect.
Yeah.
Somebody walking up to somebody and saying, what time is it?
Yeah.
Or, hey,
oh my God,
how do I get to Walmart?
Danger.
Is there anywhere good to eat around here?
Yeah.
Today in 2020, I said 2025 earlier. 2026, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Okay. If a human being comes up to you and asks those questions, our first fucking thought is you're trying to kidnap me.
Yeah.
Why would you ask that? Do you know how fucking insane that is? I remember as a small child walking through the mall or walking up to the Walmart or something with my dad, and someone said, "Hey, buddy, you got the time?"
Yeah.
"Hey, bud, do you know anywhere good to eat around here?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, right over there. We go to Pizza Hut, or whatever the fuck we have."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Connection, communication,
but
conversation.
Now the fear that we have,
yes,
because of the internet,
yeah.
If somebody says, what time is it? Or can I use your phone? Are you fucking serious?
Because it's nothing for someone to post a million, especially boomers. Sorry, boomers. I love you, but it's a constant, questions of oh my God, some of the things that they ask, things that you would normally ask in person years ago, but now, I don't know, for instance.
We don't have person people, because if they were to walk up to a person and ask, they would run.
Yeah, the local wing shacks out of the wings, what do I do? I don't know. Find another restaurant.
I don't know, Fred, go to McDonald's.
Oh, oops, I went to the Walmart and I forgot to get milk. Now I have to go back. I guess it's not really something you need to post about, but these people are also...
I feel like they're trying to stay up with the
Yes, they're
time,
trying to stay connected.
and that's how they do it, by asking simple... Be like, oh, well, I can't ask Johnny at Walmart because he'll shoot me.
And now we don't talk to our neighbors like we used to.
Oh, I do, though.
Well, I do. I have wonderful neighbors. I'm lucky. But
a lot of people don't.
But we're still pretty private people. Like, it may be weeks before we pop in. But, like, if we catch each other outside... Trying.
Guess we're outside. How about that?
Whereas back in... I remember when we were younger... When we were younger, our neighbors... We were always outside talking to the neighbors. And everybody was always connected. So you would say, hey... my this or that, where should I eat? Where should I? You would ask your neighbor, you would ask somebody you see, and now it's like everything's on social media, and I will
say that, like, when I leave my home, like, not like in the car, like when I step outside to my yard, I feel more connected to back then than any other place in the world.
And that may be a reason why I like being out here so much too.
Well, like, my neighbor is an awesome guy. Like, how's the weather, bud? You know what I mean? Like, he's not old. I mean, 50s, I think. So
just older than us.
He's sweet. He's kind. He gives me knowledge about animals, and I teach him about my animals. And, like, every time we see each other, we have a conversation, and we always, like, buy random little thing. Like, he bought me this little, it's like a metal goat statue to put on, like, the side of my fence. And I just bought him some Girl Scout cookies. And, you know, like,
that's sweet.
And then he gives me hay, and I give him eggs. Like, barter and trade.
The farm life keeps you connected.
It really does.
And you've got, like, your community of people you...
But I think I'm just really lucky to have him. Because the neighbors on the other side of him, fuck them. And their fucking dog, literally. And then down the road, they're so mean and rude. And, like, I've literally watched like, when I say houses down, I mean a mile down the road, look at me while throwing trash in my front yard.
Oh my God.
So you also have the assholes, but it's just our little square right here, me and my neighbor. It's so sweet and kind, and even my mom lives 2 doors down on the other way, which is about a mile away. But we have a path through the woods, so the kids get on their 4-wheelers and their side-by-sides, and they go through the woods to go to Grandma's house.
You still have that kind of old
nostalgic... little bit of nostalgia still in my backyard. Yeah. Just a little bit. And I don't, like, my wife, I don't work out there. Like, I can play music on my phone because I have it downloaded to my phone. But 90% of the time, my husband's got an old radio. We plug that bitch in. And we just listen to the fucking local radio station.
I love that. Because, that's another thing. Like, not just the news and the TV and the newspapers. Like, everything's streamed now. We don't have the newspapers. We don't have... But, like, the radio, I still listen to the radio in the mornings. Like, instead of hooking up my Bluetooth, I will... Because I like the, like, excitement of what's going to... radio shows or prank calls or whatever song's going to come on.
My problem with the radio, though, is that I don't want to just listen to one kind. Well, that's a lie because it's always fucking Zach Bryan. I just want to hear a whole radio station of Zach Bryan and then I'll hit play on that. But no, like, I don't. The country shows, because country's usually what I listen to. It's all new shit that I don't like. It's not the same. Yeah. But then you go to, like, the old rock songs. They're ones I've never heard before. Like, they're not big popular ones that I would have heard or, like, my dad would have played. So I just can never find...
If I'm in the car more than 15 minutes or so, I hook my Bluetooth up. But if I'm just riding to kids to
does
school...
it count that I'll do a radio playlist on my phone? You know what I mean? I do, like, 2000s country.
Oh,
so it's all songs I know. You know what I mean? Like, versus today's country, because they don't have 90s country on the radio, like, a whole playlist of it. So, anyway, we got off track there.
I think it's just the like, the mystery, I guess, is what I miss and stuff. Like, waiting for your film to develop and waiting for your show to come on and there's no anticipation anymore. Like, except for, okay, when are they going to release that whole season on Netflix or whatever? Like... So there's a little, I guess, but it's not like it used to be. And, like, we're not okay. We're not okay. We're not okay as a human race.
Like, mic drop. Gotta go.
Yeah. The anxiety, the depression, the attention spans, not to mention our overall actual health. Like, our necks are going to end up, like, permanently bent. Our carpal tunnel in everyone's hands.
Like, well, she's slumped. She's like, my neck needs to be up here, but this hurts so much. It was so
because
funny.
Even if you're not on your phone all the time, everything requires tech now. Like, most jobs involve some sort of computer.
Do you know anybody who's not on their phone all the time? Like, do you personally know?
No. Like, well, maybe like people in their 80s, but I even know people in their 80s that are on.
Like, you know one person. I could probably name one, but they have no social media and they literally do not care to have it. It's a family member. He's older. Not old, but...
I'm trying to think.
Literally.
No, I don't...
Yeah.
Because, like, even the older people I know are still on... They're on Facebook. Or they're on...
Yeah.
Okay, my neighbor lady, she's almost 90, and she's not.
I don't
but,
think she counts.
But she does have a cell phone. She's not on it to do that stuff.
Just to have a phone.
But yeah, okay, so she's probably the only one I can think of that's not, like, always on a device. But
so,
she gets so much shit done.
So, another thing, too. If we would have never had the internet, if the internet never... Like, what we've been talking about this whole time, our brains as an entire community would be wired differently.
Yeah, for sure.
We would be so much, like you said, so much calmer.
Yes.
No more, like, anxiety would be more of a rare thing. Like, remember when we were young and it'd be like, oh my God, they're anxious. What's anxious?
Yeah.
Okay, so now they're going to a mental hospital for anxiety because nobody knows how to fucking deal with anxious.
Like, looking back, I was a high-strung kid, but I don't think I was anxious. Looking back, I don't think that's what it was. But in my 20s, the first time I had an anxiety attack and they told me that's what it was, I was like, what?
Yeah, me too. Remember you took me to the hospital for mine? Yeah, literally.
I'm like, what? And now that's so common. Almost everyone you talk to has dealt with some kind of panic or anxiety at some point.
Another big thing is our memories now, because of the internet, are absolute fucking garbage.
Yes.
Our children, there is an entire struggle going on right now within school systems all across the fucking United States about memory in children. Because children do not have to remember anything anymore. We don't need to know the address. Nope. We don't need to know your phone number. You don't need to remember. So usually at a young age like us, how we grew up in kindergarten, we wrote our phone numbers and our addresses down for an entire fucking semester.
Yeah.
So that we would remember it.
And we knew
they don't do that anymore.
Every close family member's number if we needed to call it.
So I saw a TikTok and it's this teacher and he was actually like a 6th or 7th grade teacher. So it wasn't super young. He was doing an experiment with his kids. So he took the first week after Christmas break for 5 days and taught about Abraham Lincoln. Simple things. His age, his height, how he died. Very, very simple things. Took 5 days. He waited until the first week in February to ask questions to the whole class about it. Not one fucking kid could remember anything.
Oh my gosh.
7th grade.
Wow.
Not one child. He repeated the same thing for 5 days pretty much. Not one kid could remember anything. Any question. Not one.
That's scary.
In his class of like 28 children.
Our working memory and our short-term memory, everything is just
gone because we do not have to remember.
Yeah.
We do not have to storage.
That and
another thing, we don't have to problem solve.
Yes. Yes.
We don't have to go
We have
through
no
the steps.
creative thinking skill. We don't have
Literally.
to use them.
Literally.
Things are done for us.
So I'm making a recipe. I don't have butter. What can I use?
Yeah.
Instead of Googling it, just throw some fucking shit in there and see how it tastes.
There's no actual troubleshooting.
Yes.
Everything is told for us. Like everything is figured out
100%.
for us.
Yes.
And AI is going to make this so much worse, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, we're not.
But
this is just the internet.
That
this has nothing to do with AI.
So not only that, but like our brains are not made to process and take in this much information. So of course our memory is going to be shit.
That's why we're anxious.
Yeah.
Because we can't handle it.
It's too much. And then we're not only overflow, but we're over analyzing everything. Did I send that text? Did I get that email back on time? Did I answer that doctor's appointment?
Did I shut that door? Did I turn the light off before I left? Did I lock my house? Because your fucking brain is on high speed mode. Go, 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 go. Or you have a phone in your face as you walk out the door. And you don't remember till you get to the Walmart. And no, the door's wide open.
Yeah.
Just
too many things.
I know you said something about it earlier, but boredom.
Yes.
We, as a human generation, as a race, do not know how to be bored anymore.
And I think a lot of younger people, like, confuse boredom with depression. Like, or they become depressed when they're bored because they don't know how to keep themselves occupied.
Period. And I'm terrified.
I don't get bored. I've never gotten bored, but we are lucky because we were raised in a time.
I do get bored. And when I get bored, I feel pain. But when I say that, I don't know how to explain. I don't get bored often.
Yeah.
I can sit there without a phone, without anything, and come up with an entire creative thing in my brain. And I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, if my husband's like, let's go to the tool store. And I'm walking around, and I am just like,
okay, yeah, okay, I
that
guess
is
I do
bored
get bored
to me.
Then.
That is bored to me.
If I have to sit in a meeting for too long or something like that.
Or listen to bullshit that you're there for someone else. Or you know what I mean? That to me is bored.
Yeah.
I can sit on my couch with The only thing electronic on is the light above my head.
Right.
And I can come up with a million things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good at that. My children, abso-fucking-lutely not.
I'm lucky with
If I ask them to sit on the couch and turn the TV off and just sit there and ask them how long, like, set a timer, let's see how long they last.
Yeah.
I mean, they can talk, they can communicate, see how long it takes for them to say, let's go get a board game.
Yeah.
Or let's go outside and play. Well, actually, my kids would probably rather be outside, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Like,
I think our kids are still pretty good at, like, they do like to play. They do like my 9-year-old still loves Legos and he still loves to create things. But there are days where it's like, you can tell he's been on it. If he's on a screen too much, it really affects how he.
I have to take it away. Like, even if it's just an hour, I'll take it away from my youngest because my son doesn't. He's not on. He got the TikTok recently, and he's not on as much as like at first. Hell yeah, but he has a timer set, 1 hour a day, no more. He mostly just wants to play his video games, which I'm sorry, but if you have an ADHD child, Minecraft is fucking incredible for them. That is his favorite game. So much creativity. He'll play Fortnite every now and then.
Minecraft is one I never limit because I feel like there's so much creativity.
And then he watches the people build the worlds on his iPad, and then he builds the worlds like the people. To me, that's creative thinking. That's an ADHD way to do something without doing anything. Yeah.
And it's
I'm
not
okay with that.
Fast-paced, like video, like the shorts and the...
He's watching an hour-long video step-by-step teaching him how to build a Burger King inside of fucking Minecraft. Kind of that was his most recent one. Yeah. Like that kind of stuff, too.
And I'll notice, okay, so my 13-year-old hardly ever uses her phone. It's shut off unless she has, like, practice or a game or something. And my oldest, always on the phone, always on the computer, always on a screen. But oldest ADHD, middle child not. Okay, my middle child can remember every fucking thing, like everything. Memory is like awesome. My oldest can't remember shit, and it's not their fault. It's just they can't. When you're on your screen all the time and you have ADHD, your memory's not there. There's no. God. I can't remember.
Do you know
shit.
Me alone as a person ADHD who is on my phone? Some days are worse than others when I'm on my phone, but like I've noticed when I'm like on like. I have a slow day, which is very rare, but I'm on my phone a lot. I'll be like, did I eat?
Yes.
When's the last time I went to the bathroom? Did I feed my kids?
Because we're so zoned out.
Because I don't even fucking remember what I did because I've been on, it is brain rot. Yes. Is what it is, literally.
Yes. Our brains are not designed to do this. Like, they're just not, we're not made for this. And physically, I feel like heart stuff is going to be worse. People aren't as active. I'm honestly surprised that we don't have more, I want to say diseases, but I don't know if that's the word. I do feel like there's been a lot more.
Associated with, I mean, even more.
Yeah, specific. I just don't think they've made the links with it yet. Like, I think a lot of stuff that's getting worse is there's something to do with technology.
What I'm saying is, like, if you go into a doctor's, which I don't know, maybe they do because I don't go to the doctor. So if you go into the doctor's office and or the psychiatrist, this will probably be a counselor or a therapist, more situation, and you go and you talk and you tell them about your life and everything you do and do blah, blah, blah. Do they ever say, put the phone down? Do they ever say, get off the internet? When is that going to be your prescription?
Yeah, and it depends if you probably the age and how they work.
Of the counselor.
We've had a couple. My oldest has been in and out, and have mentioned limiting screen time, things like that before. But it's not the go-to thing because they're not. They're on screens because they have to be. So it's probably something they're not thinking much about because they're doing remote, virtual visits and they're constantly on their computers and it's part of life now. We just can't. I don't know. It's scary.
Another thing real quick. And then we're probably going to close her out. The world, if we did not have the internet, do you know how much more bigger the world would feel?
Yeah.
Because honestly, right now, I can literally just type the word Tokyo into my phone and I can learn everything. I can see everything. I can do everything in Tokyo from my phone. Yeah. So it feels like Tokyo's right next to me when it's not.
Yeah.
And then another thing, it takes the mystery and the suspense and all of that stuff out of traveling.
Yes.
Because, like, even if we just go to the mountains or something simple, I've seen it on my phone before 100, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, you could see a movie in Tokyo, but it only shows certain things. Yeah. I can literally take a tour of Tokyo with Google Maps and walk down the street just like you're walking down the street in Tokyo right now.
Yeah, so it's like, why do I need to go?
Literally. So the mystery, the happiness, the
feel-good chemicals.
Thank you. To go travel, which, I mean, I'm not a traveler. I would never go to Tokyo. Awesome if you're there. Tokyo's the place I probably wouldn't mind It seems super cool. But I don't know.
Yeah, all the mystery is out of everything.
Everything is gone. Humanity would be so much more present. We would be kinder. We would be sweeter. We would be nicer. We would be more gentle.
And I know there were wars before the internet, but I feel like as like how we are now, I feel like it would be so much better. I just look back to the 90s and the 2000s, and I know internet was coming around, but it was so different before it all got
even if you want to give us computers and let us play games on the computers, I can get around that 100%. Or get that PlayStation, get that Atari, get that Sega out. Yeah. I get having some form of electronic entertainment.
Watching movies, listening to music.
But at some point, it should have stopped. Somebody should have said, no, this is a bad idea. The internet is not going to take off. I feel like as an entire life, we would be so much better off.
Yes.
Everybody would. And so I'm going to challenge all fucking people who listen, which I know isn't a whole bunch. Try to put your phone down for an hour a day.
We can try to bring back writing letters, going to libraries, going to bookstores.
You don't even have to do that.
I know it's harder now, but and the bad thing is we say we will. We do it a couple times and then we're right back to normal.
Don't even do that. Just put your phone down for 1 hour a day. And I don't mean put your phone down and zone into a TV show. Put your phone down, get a book out, write something, color something. Yeah. When it gets nicer, if it's not nice where you are, wherever you are, step outside. Go for a walk in your yard. If you don't have a yard, go for a walk down the street. Say hi to a stranger.
Something real.
I feel like we can bring back some of that feeling, but we all have to try.
Yes.
It can't just be me or just you, which we're
it's all about willpower.
2 grains of sand in a world of beaches. So I'm just saying, maybe we should all try.
Yes.
And with that, okay, bye.
Enjoy
quick.
Your life.
If you want to get a hold of us to tell us about how you're not going to try, or you are going to try on the internet, you can do so at onlyifyoucankeepup@gmail.com. Okay, good luck out there, people.
Bye.
Bye.